Hello everyone, thank you for watching Mad Trucks with Marcos. Today we have an awesome truck. It's a 2016 Ram 3500 Laramie and it has SCA's Apex package on it. Let's go check it out. Alright everybody, we are going to start with the suspension, the wheels and tires on this truck, but right before we get into it, if you do me a huge favor, if you could make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then you can view any of our custom trucks at cuniscountrytrucks.com, so be sure to check them out. But yeah, so this is a 2016 Mega Cab Ram 3500, so it is a 1-ton. So for suspension, this has the SCA 6-inch lift on it. So what that means is, we're getting a true 6 inches of lift in our suspension here. Really nice thing about their kit, if you look around to this side, you can see, the shock and the springer right there. Instead of using a shock extension and reusing the OEM shock, they give you a brand new shock, and same thing with the spring. Instead of putting a spacer in with a spring and reusing the old spring, you're getting a full new spring. So, what that's gonna do is it's gonna maintain the ride as good as possible. It is a 1-ton truck. So nobody's gonna try telling you that it rides like a Cadillac. It is a 1-ton truck, but if you wanna buy one of these and use it and tow, and really work it, you're gonna get the most out of the 1-ton. So yeah, the 6-inch lift. As far as wheels and tires, this is a 20 by 10 inch wheel. So it's mounted on, it's a BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2 tire. You have seen that tire a lot in different builds. Bottom line is it's a really good all-terrain tire. Up here in Wisconsin, mud tires look great, but in the snow and in the rain, the mud tires don't really excel, and that's where the all-terrain tires come in. We still have a really aggressive look. On a 6-inch lifted truck, we can't put a street tire on it. So you have a really good look still. We can still go, you can still play in the mud, you can still, do sand, all that kinds of stuff. But when it comes down to it, if it's snowing out, like it is 4 months out of the year here in Wisconsin, they're going to perform. Or if it's raining, like it seems to be the other 4 months out of the year in Wisconsin, they're also going to perform whether you have it loaded up or not. Another really nice thing about these tires is they wear extremely well. You're going to get a lot of life out of them, and in a 1-ton truck, how long your tires last is definitely something that you're going to think about. But yeah, it is a 6-inch lift on the front. I do want to mention on the back, so on these lifts, the trucks usually sit a little higher in the back than they do on the front, and that comes from the factory like that. A couple different reasons they do that. So when they do these lifts, and if you see them online, it's a 6-inch lift and then with a 5-inch rear block is how they call it. Basically, all that's saying is we're not lifting the front as much because it already started higher than the back. So even though it is they call it a 6-inch lift, if they lifted it at 6 inches in the back as well as the front, you'd still have a lot of lean to it. So this way, it still sits a little higher in the back, but it pretty much has a nice level flow to it. So yeah, that is the suspension, and all the little stuff that they do together is going to make it just ride about as good as any 1-ton truck out there is going to ride. Alrighty guys, next we're going to talk about the bodywork that's on this truck. So by looking at it, you can probably tell like the badges on the side are blacked out, the logo on the front's blacked out, these grill inserts are blacked out. Luckily, that is all right from Ram. They did a really nice job of putting some finishing touches on all their trucks in the lineup. But what SCA has gone and done, so this is a Fab 4's high clearance front bumper. It's a steel bumper that replaces the factory bumper, which in this case probably was chrome. But yeah, it's really nice. It's powder coated black, so it's a perfect finish. Really nice thing about Fab 4s is, one, this truck had the parking sensors right from Ram. So it did have the cutouts, right, so we could reinstall those parking sensors in there. That way we don't lose any of the bells and whistles that the truck came with from the factory. The other thing they do is they make it really nice and easy to mount in some lighting. So the lights you see in the corner, which Matt will show you a quick little video of them turning on. So this is a driving fog light. It's actually a light that is road legal. A lot of the times the LED lights on the front of vehicles end up being for off-road use only. But Rigid Industries does a really nice job of making one that's it's a driving light. You're allowed to drive that on the road just like you would with any other fog light. So you will get a lot of extra lighting out of that. It looks really cool, but best of all, it's completely legal for you to run on the road. This is a 20-inch LED dual row light bar, also from Rigid Industries. This one you will not be able to run on the road, and it's going to be way too bright. If there's anybody coming in oncoming traffic, you're going to blind them. So this is off-road use only, but there's a lot of scenarios when you're not on the road that, you know, if you're trying to load something up at night, you're trying to unload something at night, whatever it is. I mean, you can just point this truck at it and you're going to be able to see it just like if it was in the day. So really nice there. And I will mention with the LEDs, most of you have probably gone on Amazon or eBay and typed in LED light. You can find a light bar for $50 that's made in Taiwan, absolutely. But you're not going to get the quality you do with Rigid Industries. A lot of people think that just because LED lights are more efficient and they last longer, you can go cheaper with them. The light itself might be really efficient and last long, but everything that protects that light, that keeps the weathers outside from any electrical stuff inside the unit, everything, you definitely get what you pay for. These Rigid Industries lights, they last a long time without any problems. And the other big thing is when we order them, they give you all the wiring that you need. When you're buying one of the cheaper ones off Amazon, you get a red and a black wire coming out the back. This is going to have the full harness, so we don't have to splice it anywhere. It's just really nice and clean, and the fact that they have their own wiring is probably another one of the reasons why they're really reliable. But yeah, I just want to touch on that with all the light bars that are out there nowadays. But yeah, the high clearance bumper really just gives it a really aggressive look on that front end. It also does help with clearing a bigger tire. In this case, just a little bit of a 35-inch, not too many problems there, but once you get to a 37-inch tire, the factory bumper starts to get really close and you start to get some rub when you're articulating. So even if you want to go a little bigger tire, the high clearance bumper is going to give you a little more clearance on that route. So since we're right here, the flares are another really nice thing that SCA has done. This is the pocket style flare. It works really nice. It's integrated really nicely. So obviously this is from Fab Fours. They don't make the flares, but the line, it seems to work in. Everything kind of flows nice. The flare doesn't look like an afterthought. I've seen some out there where like the flare just like sticks out and it doesn't look like it's meant to be there. But these flares, I mean, they fit really nice. Like I said, they kind of flow, they're nice, worked around the headlight. They work with the lines on the bumper. So overall, it just gives it a really nice look. It helps, one, for throwing debris up to the side. It is going to protect, any stuff that's going to get thrown up. But it also is an aesthetic thing. I mean, it's a nice look. It's also going to hide the fact that the wheels and tires are sticking out really good amount from the body. So depending on what state you're in or what the rules are for that, sometimes flares are necessary just to run a negative offset wheel, which this one is with the big lip. So the flares, so the running boards. My favorite part about these running boards is that when they're not in use, they look like they're not there. So right now, you look at it, most people say, man, how are you gonna get up into that? Well, with the Amped Research power boards, they make it really nice. Just has a little thing that reads the computer, and when it knows that it's a door open, it's going to open the running board for you. And yeah, really nice. They drop down farther than where a fixed running board would be. But like I said, my favorite part is just that it's a really nice, clean look when it goes up. It's just hidden, it's away. And I've seen the Amped Research boards on a lot of different trucks now. Definitely the cleanest look is on the Dodge Ram. It seems to hide the board a lot nicer. And then one other thing, hard to tell right now, but at night, there is puddle lights front and back. So what that's going to do is when you open this up at night, it's going to light up this whole ground area. So they call it a puddle light because if you open the door, then you'll be able to see if there's a puddle there or whatever. But really nice, just gives you a little extra lighting, makes it a little easier to get up and in the truck. And then the flare on the back, we get the same look as the one on the front. It is the pocket style flare. But again, it's a really nice, clean look. It fits really nice and tight and snug. They're not rattling on there. But yeah, like it helps cover this wheel from being so far out, but it's also going to protect this back rocker from taking as much impact from those rocks. And then finishing it up on the body, it does have the exhaust tip from MBRP. On the diesels, especially like SCA, they're selling these in all 50 states. Because of emissions, it's really tricky on exhaust performance stuff and what they can do. So it is just an exhaust tip. I know there's all kinds of stuff you can do to diesels, but like I said, you know, when they're selling a truck like this with all this custom stuff on it with a warranty in all 50 states, you know, you got to make sure that you keep everyone happy. So yeah, this truck will pass emissions just about anywhere. Alrighty folks, so I just want to take a quick minute and talk about some of the stuff that Ram actually did to this truck to make it really nice. So part of this package, they did black out pretty much every Ram emblem or anything that has to do with Ram on the truck. It is blacked out, looks really nice with the gray and black contrast. Has the body color rear bumper, which is really nice. So in the back here, really one of the most popular upgrades is going to be a bed liner, whether it's a drop-in or a spray-in. So it's really nice. We have the option now to get the spray-in bed liner right from Ram. What that does is, I mean, it lets us get this applied on there before the bed gets scratched, before it gets a dent in it, before even someone walks in the back. So we do it right at the factory, and it's all sealed up, ready for you to do some work. So go around to the front here. I want you guys to check out the interior. So this did start off as a Laramie. So right off the bat, it got really tricked out interior. It gets the upgraded leather, which has a perforation in the middle. That perforation is for the cooled seats. So it does have heated seats front and rear, and it also has the cooled seats in the front. Really nice on a hot summer day to get in there and hit the cooled seats and just kind of make it so it's not so sticky on the seat. But yeah, as far as bells and whistles on this truck, it has everything. Power sliding rear window, it's got the sunroof, navigation, like I mentioned, heated and cooled seats, memory seats, even adjustable foot pedals. You push them by the foot of a button. So as far as the interior, and it is a mega cab, so you're gonna get the most interior room that you can out of any truck. Really nice, that back seat even reclines. So yeah, a lot of nice things on this truck. It came from Ram as a very well-equipped truck, and then it got the awesome Apex package on it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions on the truck, please feel free to contact us, and we'll get them answered for you right away.